You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.
It is What's Hot with Shemai Cook. I am Shemai Cook, and we got a special guest in the building. He is all the way from Rock Nation and Jimla Records. It is Reuben Vincent. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Let's clap it up for him, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Thank you. First of all, I appreciate you coming on the show today. I appreciate you. You coming all the way from Charlotte. You're originally from Charlotte,
yeah,
right?
Charlotte, born and raised.
The Queen City.
Yep.
Let's talk about, what made you want to get into music. What made you want to become an artist?
For me, music has been a part of my whole life. When I was a kid, my dad used to pick me up from my mama crib in his blue Cadillac. He used to play like Pac, Big, Nas, 50,
wow.
Wayne. So I was soaking all this up early.
Okay.
And, then I'll go home and my mom, my two cousins, they love Bow Wow and joint like that. So
wow.
I was seeing him as a kid. I'm like, if he's doing that as a kid, I can do that myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just took that on, and I've been in love with music since the day I can remember, for real.
Gotcha.
So all my life I just been tapped into music, studying the greats, working on music, freestyling. I used to battle people in the barbershop, all type of stuff.
Really?
Man. Yeah.
So usually in the barbershop, people talk about sports. You talk about music and culture.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about that too. But
okay.
when I came in, they knew I love to freestyle, so
gotcha.
they always put me up to battle somebody and stuff like that when I was younger.
When it comes to being an artist is an art. It's a form of art. How do you get into that creative mindset to write and to make sure your art is perfected authentically?
You just gotta keep sharpening your pen every day. I journal a lot.
Okay.
Before I even record stuff, I journal a lot heavy. I study. You got to study the greats.
Gotcha.
And you got to be intentional about what you want to talk about. And you got to be real. I feel like a lot of people get writer's block because they're not being real to who they are. So they don't really know how to, convey the message. But once you're being real to who you are, it makes it more easier for you to convey that in the music.
I understand. I heard that you love to connect with people. Why is connecting with people so important to you?
Because community matters. Community matters. If this is weak, I'm nothing without community. I'm nothing without the people. The people listen to the music. If the people not listening to the music or buying into what I'm doing, what am I doing it for? You know what I'm saying? So that's the main important thing. And, I'm just a community-based person. That's how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a people's person.
Gotcha.
And, I can also, it's all relate. That's how people connect with each other's relatability. You know what I'm saying? And communication. So.
You were founded by Ninth Wonder.
Yeah. Shout out to the big bro.
Yeah. What has he taught you about the music game that makes you the artist that you are today?
Just following the course, man. I know a lot of times you get in this game and people try to steer you a certain way and try to tell you, nah, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. And Ninth is the epitome of somebody who stood on what he believed and became one of the greatest producers to ever do it. So that's something I just seen firsthand, and I take that on every day when I'm dealing with the industry and people like, nah, you got to do this or you got to do this. Like I've been dealing with that all my career of people trying to stray me to do certain things. Or I remember when I first started rapping, it was like the way you rap ain't gonna work, but the way I rap has worked, and them people working 9 to 5. So
wow.
Yeah.
Success is the best revenge, as they say, right?
Exactly.
A lot of people, know Rock Nation because of Jay-Z. Have you got the opportunity to meet Hov? And
multiple times.
What type of advice that he gave you to be successful?
He just told me that he sees the focus that I have on my face, or that's how I don't know how I forgot how he worded it, but he just told me that he see how focused I am, and just to keep that. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So that's all he need to say. He don't need to say too much to me, for real. And he just, multiple times, like, Goo hit me like, yo, he seen your Jordan commercial. He said you a star. Like, just little affirmations and stuff like that. So.
Gotcha. That's good that, a lot of people think like he's very uptight, and that's good that people know.
Jay is one of the most humblest people I've ever met in the industry, and a lot of people have like this stigma around him, this mystique of this person, but he's cool, he's laid back, and I feel like that's why he is where he's at, because he's humble, he's respectful, and he's really for the culture. When you at the top of the food chain, people gonna try to pick at you and say certain things and lie and make up crazy rumors and talk about this and that, but I'm here to say, firsthand, Jay is solid.
Absolutely. General Mission. Your new project is out. Just dropped on the 5th. What was the inspiration behind this project?
The inspiration behind this project was my roots, my culture, who I was as a person, and I wanted to show people that from the core and show my versatility.
Gotcha.
My family's from West Africa.
Wow.
I'm first generation Liberian.
Okay.
So if anybody, you do your history on Africa, whether it's people that's in the army, whether it's governments, one prominent person, whether it's in the army, the government, or just in the economic system in general, no pun intended, is generals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I decided to take on that name for myself, and especially because me and my crew, we got a collective called Third World, because all of our families from Africa, and we're looking from the world from a third perspective, hence the third eye. So I just wanted to be a general in that sense for my generation and speak to first generations, young Black Americans, just trying to figure out their life. And, not speaking from a standpoint of like I'm above anybody, but I understand, and I just want to, give people a certain type of resource and a source of inspiration to keep going in their story. So
when it comes to you mentioned a few greats in your opening statement there. When you look at rap and we just celebrated the 50th anniversary of hip hop, who are the people that you look up to in rap?
I look up to people like Wayne. Wayne was one of my first artists that I looked up to. Pac, Big, Nas, Jay, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake, Kanye West, Pharrell.
Yeah.
Like, I produced too, so I had to throw Pharrell in there. Those are some people that I looked up to, and then many other names. I study a lot of people, but those are like the prominent ones. Outkast.
Yeah.
Those are like some of my biggest influences.
Got you. Everybody loves collaboration.
Yeah.
What are some artists that you hope to collaborate in the future?
I want to collaborate with Jid. I think me and Jid would be crazy. Me and Jid would be ham. Obviously, I'm bucking for that Cole verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you did Dreamville too.
Yeah, last year. Yeah. So Cole verse would be crazy. I want to work with Pharrell. That's like my dream collaboration, like production wise. I've been saying that for years. There's many people I want to work with, man. But those are like the top 3 right now.
Got you. When it comes to culture in general, what motivates you to go be that person from you say you're from Charlotte, but be that person that is to inspire someone. What is that? What is your drive to do that?
It comes from knowing my history, knowing where I come from, knowing where my ancestors dealt with, knowing what my mother dealt with. I want to break generational curses for my family. You know what I'm saying? I know the sacrifices they made to get here. So I just feel like it's my duty, and one of my purposes is to, break some of those barriers that's on my family. And for the next generations who one day I'm going to be the ancestors to, be the vessel onto why things was redirected. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So,
okay.
I think that's my drive more than anything, and just also to being a stand-up dude, you know what I'm saying, being a stand-up man. I don't, I guess my selfish reasons, like I don't want to be no bum, no, know what I'm saying, no weak dude, you know what I'm saying. So I just really take pride on discipline and being a certain type of inspiration to other people, and and then I also think about it in a way, because my mom said this to me one time. When I used to get on her, because my mom be nice to people a lot. And sometimes I'd be like, she don't need to be that nice. And I used to be like, Mom, why you always so nice to people? And she's like, karma is a real thing. And she's like, the way I treated people, I want y'all to have to reap the benefits of how I treated people, instead of pay for if I'm rude to somebody, if I'm being, disrespectful, nasty to somebody. So I take that on of like, okay, what I do in this lifetime will affect my kids. You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize that you're affecting the next generations. So that's how I
When
think
did you
about
know that you were an influence in your community? When did you have that, wow, like I'm really making an impact on culture?
From the beginning, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, when I was a kid, bruh, hey man, I used to have haters in school. I'm not gonna lie. So that's when I knew I was like a trendsetter for real.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna toot my horn too much. But yeah, bro, I kind of already knew that from like the get go, man. You know how like your light makes other people insecure.
Yeah.
That's all the fights that I've ever got into in school was because of that. Like, I never used to bother nobody, but people used to get at me and try to pick at me and stuff like that. So then I had to defend myself. And then when I got older, I realized that, like, yo, it's just people's insecurities. When you illuminate a certain light, it makes other people insecure, and they don't know how to deal with that. So then they, they react a certain way. They try to project. Then you got to put your paws on them. So, yeah.
Hey, you preaching to the choir. You preaching to the choir right there, right there.
For sure.
The new Good Times theme song. You just did it for Netflix.
Yeah.
How was that? How did you get that?
So it was actually through Knife. Knife is actually the music supervisor for the Good Times reboot. And he hit me early on before the episodes was done. It was like, yo, Good Times, they doing a reboot. It's going to be like a adult cartoon, kind of like Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Carl Jones, who was a writer on the Boondocks, is a part. Seth MacFarlane, who did Family Guy's a part. They need a theme song. And I just remember seeing Good Times as a kid. Like, my grandma used to play it when I used to come to her crib. So I just remember the theme song. They'll be like, layoffs, good times. I'm like, that's not a good time having a layoff. But I'm like, I see what they trying to do is like that, the double sword of like, even though we going through these things, we still got good times. So I took that on when I did my theme song of like, head above water, I'm making the way, it's the first of the month and the bills ain't paid. Man, it's feeling like good times. You know what I'm saying? So I just took on that and try to like, renew it for 2024.
You love freestyling.
Yeah.
What goes into your method of freestyling?
Just whatever comes to my head at the first thought of whatever I think of, it just spells out like that. I mean, it started because, like, again, I used to battle in the barbershops, and then I knew Wayne was like a crazy freestyler. So when I first started writing and rapping, I knew I was like, yo, my freestyle game just got to be just as hard as my pen.
Yeah.
So, I really, 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 really take pride in, like, I be with my homies a lot. We throw a beat on, just throw some words, all type of stuff. Yeah. So, freestyling's fun.
When it comes to, making an impact on culture and like Hove has and had, and Wayne, you said, and Usher as well. What aspect do you think you can not just copy or emulate, but what aspect do you think you can, continue and follow their footsteps?
I don't think I gotta emulate or copy anything that they did. I think I just gotta be myself.
Okay.
I think I gotta just be myself to the core, and I think the thing that I'm gonna bring to the game is, number one, there hasn't been anybody that rep Liberia like I do. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a one thing that's different from anybody else's story.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell the story about Liberia like I can because my people is from there. And then number two, I think one thing I'm bringing back is real music to the game. I'm bringing, not saying it's not real music right now, but I'm bringing a certain type of artistry that I feel like has been missing from hip hop a little bit. And just being a full around artist, man, you gotta have your story. You gotta build the world, and I'm building a world that I feel like hasn't been done in hip hop yet. You know what I mean? Whether it's mixing both of my roots, and we haven't had a first generation West African from the South who can really spit.
Yeah.
And then he could put, y'all be putting it on sometimes too.
Yeah. I was gonna actually put that in your. I'm doing research for this interview and stuff, and looking at your videos because you are also directed some videos, Fufu, on the General Mission Project. First of all, the cinematography is out of this world.
Thank you.
And how you direct it, and the artist, the art behind the storytelling of the videos it's out of this world as well. What was the inspiration behind the drip? Because the drip is out of this world. So who's the style? The Rock Nation's doing something good with this style.
I styled myself for that.
You
video.
style your style? Wow.
Yeah.
Where you get this inspiration from being drippy?
I mean, like, hip hop and fashion go hand in hand, and like, I grew up on the Kanyes, I grew up on the Waynes where he rocking the Bape jackets.
Yeah.
Jay was rocking Chrome Heart in 2003 before anybody was rocking Chrome Heart, and I knew my favorite rappers was Fly, and that's the thing. Like, we in a different space now, so it's different. But I've always took pride in like my favorite rappers being able to know how to dress and being able to know how to put it on. So I knew when I started rapping, I knew it's like, and then also too, there's this dynamic I feel like of like, there's some rappers who might not be the best rapper, but they know how to dress. And then there's some rappers who like really, really, really can rap, but then you look at they swag and they wearing.
You got a good point.
Yeah, they wearing like, I don't know, like some
mannequin stuff.
Yeah, Roshi runs and dad hats and stuff like that. So no shade to dad hats. Dad has fire, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like me, I was like, yo, when I rap, I want people to like love what I'm saying, but then they look at me and like, yo, I want to dress like Reuben. Growing up, I wanted to dress like Kanye. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a part of the impact as well.
Gotcha. When it comes to, you're giving back to the community here at NCCU. Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to A&T. That's why I'm kind of we got beef right now. No cap.
My gosh.
I'm in the ops territory right now.
It's
but it's
not
all
no
good.
ops, but it's okay. We digress. Everybody's laughing in the background. What has A&T and the HBCU culture teach you about yourself?
It just taught me about, I feel like a lot of people say I got an old soul for being 23.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm 20. I'm 20. So
wow.
Not too much older.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I feel like, when I was younger, I used to hang around a lot of people that was older than me, even my cousins. Like when I was 8, I was hanging around my 16-year-old cousins.
Gotcha.
And, obviously I had friends who was my age in school, but I feel like when I got to college, I saw a different perspective on how I wanted to take my musical approach and just reeling in my people. And that's in my age bracket. And, also too, just knowing the dynamic of like, school, right? When you in college, like you going to class, you learning, you really serious about your degree, your GPA. But on the weekends, y'all turning up. And I feel like that's how I've been able to kind of attach my music and bring a certain type of energy to my music, where it's like, I feel like I'm very socially aware of certain things, whether it's like mental health issues or, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the most woke person because I feel like people think just because I rap good, I'm like sitting here and I'm like, yo, we got to, you know what I'm saying? I'm aware of a lot of things, but I'm also a human who, I love to talk my ish, you know what I'm saying? I love to be braggadocious just as much. And I think, me being on campus and being around the homies and being around, even being on campus and going to different girls' dorms and they telling me what they like in music, you know what I'm saying? I took all of that in. So when I was working on music, I knew how to convey and convict, you know what I'm saying, and communicate it to my crowd. So
gotcha. You're a ladies' man, I see.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all, man. I was gonna say nah. I'm trying to heal right now,
okay.
But
healing. Hey, it's a healing season. It's okay.
Yeah, but
therapy helps.
Yeah, but I can't run away from that. No.
Yeah. A&T and Central have a big rivalry. Did you go to any Aggie?
Yeah, I went to the Aggie Eagle one last year when Christian Combs performed. Yeah.
And you saw me won.
Yeah. Whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I had to pop out the door.
Yeah, those are big kind of culture. Homecoming as well. Have you ever gone back to go perform for homecoming and stuff?
Not yet. But call your boy.
Book you. Can we do some freestyle? I'm gonna put some background music in.
Come on.
Let's go. Cause I saw you did Sway in the Morning back in New York. So let's put some freestyle over you. All right. Here we go. Put the camera on you.
Let me hear this beat. I'm curious. Okay. Yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Love. Big faces, big on big dreams, seeing big places, big body bands, big business, big Franklins, been fakes, big doctors, dollars out of them cages, big say more money, more problems. I'm still chasing big black chest, big black monkey on my bad bitty. Got big and left the crib and got a bag with me. Big black fan with big goals, so they big mad. You rappers big cap, I wish we could get big back. I'm kind of a big deal, y'all sour like pickles. Watch me pop and never go pop, you like pimples. Loaded my arsenal, I don't even got an angel. You an X Factor, man, it could all be so simple. My mind's my big brain, know to watch my big mouth. Was Africa the core, but I was born inside the big South. Big homie left me off the porch and said, you big now, you in the bigger playground. You cannot let the kids down, for real.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Reuben Vincent. Everybody, you can check out his new album out, General Admissions, out wherever you could get music. Follow him on Instagram. I need you to follow me back. I just follow you this morning. Okay,
I got you.
General Admission. Thank you so much. It's Reuben Vincent. Everybody, it's What's Hot with Shemai Cook. Keep it here. Thank you so much, Reuben.
You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.